Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know who I am, I'm sure most of you guys know who I am by now, but my name is Shook. I make videos for NBA. I also cover other stuff in my Discord that'll be linked below. We'll go over that in a second, but all these videos get posted on this Reddit right here. It's called DF Sports. I make updates with all the news that comes out through the day. If we do have news, lineup changes, could have a potential lineup change with the Warriors. Um, you can talk strategy here with people. You can ask me questions about the slate leading up to lock with like pivots and stuff like that. So you have questions, definitely come over here. And if you ever need to get a hold of me privately, you can do so on Reddit at Tori Langley 1992. So yeah, talking about Discord, I'll have a link to that below. I give you a core of 4 players to play. I have a full player pool that I would like include with 20 max, 150 max of the players that I would include in my player pool. I give you cash plays, tournament plays, private videos, stuff like that. So that'll be linked down below. So I didn't finally had a bad day in DFS. Unfortunately, I gotta stop punting MLB. I have no time to research. I just gotta stop doing that. But profitable day overall, only because I played sports books for the first time. If you guys want me to start doing sports book videos, I can definitely do that. Let me know. Let me know. Definitely let me know, because I haven't looked at sports books like ever. I finally did today, and I hit a I think it was a 5 leg. I straight bet Jaylen Brown over points. Just nuke that. That hit by 1.5. His over was 23.5. He got 24. And then I did Tobias Harris over rebounds, James Harden over PRA, I believe it was, Joel Embiid over points, Kevin Durant over assists, and then Jaylen Brown points in that leg as well. All those hit. So really profitable day overall, but fantasy did not hit. But yeah, let me know if you guys want some sportsbook stuff. I can definitely start doing that. Showdown didn't do well. The core for Showdown that I gave, it was Booker, Jokic, Jock Landale, just Booker blowout, just super unfortunate. And then main slate, I stacked the late game, massive blowout. How many points was I from the cash? I don't think it would have mattered. I think I was cooked anyway. They got pulled with 7 minutes to go, so what? I was down 20 points from the cash line. I don't know if I would have got it. Um, I don't think I would have, so I don't really think the blowout mattered. But yeah, Smart ruined the Fire and Ice lineup, so that's unfortunate. I really wanted the Fire and Ice, but the core that I had for today was Marcus Smart. He was fine. Nikola Jokic, he nuked. Devin Booker was core play, bust. And then Jock Landale was core. He was underwhelming, obviously. And then we had some really, really good days in Discord for the showdown, because I said my favorite captain outside of Jokic was Michael Porter Jr., and he absolutely nuked. So hopefully you guys got to Michael Porter Jr. on the main slate from my video yesterday and the showdown slate today. So yeah, underwhelming day in DFS, but a profitable day overall with sportsbooks. All right, let's go over the slate. So you're going to hear me say it a million times every time I do this slate. This is obviously the worst game environment, defense, pace-wise, etc., and stuff like that. But I think Butler just looks great at 9.7K. Just the usage is absolutely insane. He's playing alongside just absolute bums. I'm sorry, Gabe. I know this is your team, but playing alongside just Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, Kyle Lowry. His usage rate's just been phenomenal. So Jimmy Butler 9.7 I think is one of my favorite spend ups on the slate. Gonna play 40 plus minutes. Gonna stuff the stat sheet. Good defender, obviously, can get those coveted blocks and stills. I mean, I really like Jimmy Butler for tournaments. You can play him in cash too. That's completely okay. I think Bam Adebayo is more of just a tournament play for me at 7.6. Finally had a good game last game, but he's just like there for me. I think there are other mid-range plays that I'd rather play over him. Like, I'd rather play Randall over him. I'd rather play Brunson over him. I'm going to keep doing this. I'd rather play who over who. I think I'd prefer Bam to Clay straight up, but I'd rather play Randall, rather play Brunson over guys like that. And then Kyle Lowry, Gabe Vincent are the two guys that I feel the best about personally, minutes wise. So I think Kyle Lowry is a pretty solid play. Kind of like not as good of a play as the Boston guards were today, but I still think he'll play like mid 20s minutes. He's also going to stuff the stat sheet. He's obviously going to have the hands in his ball a decent amount. So Kyle Lowry definitely looks like a pretty good play, pretty good cash game play as well. Gabe Vincent, I assume he'll be lower owned over Kyle Lowry. So if you want to go to Gabe Vincent over Kyle Lowry, I think that's something you could definitely do in tournaments. I have a feeling Kyle Lowry is going to be a bit higher owned. So Gabe Vincent would be the tournament pivot to him. Shot the ball very, very bad last game. But this is the floor he does have. When he's not hitting shots, he'll get you a few assists, but not a ton of rebounds, stuff like that. So Gabe more the tournament play between the two in my eyes, but I think both are fine. Prefer Lowry to Gabe Vincent. And then Max Strus, I mean, if he's hitting his shots, he will play huge minutes. And you've seen that back-to-back games, 50%, 46% shooting from the field. Does have an insane ceiling when he is hitting his shots. So definitely an interesting tournament play, but if he's going to be popular, I am definitely fine fading. Max Strus, when he's popular, is just always a guy that I will never click on. But disregarding ownership right now, I think he's a fine play. Kevin Love, I don't really have too much interest in at this price tag. I mean, the minutes have been secure of late, but is the ceiling really there if he's only going to play around 20 minutes at almost 5K? I don't really think so. I think like the best outcome in these minutes is like 25 fantasy points, which at this price tag, it's just, if you don't have them, it's not going to hurt you at all. So, Love just a contrarian play, but I'm fine just getting away from it. And then Caleb Martin at 4-2 is just like there for me, another guy that'll play mid-20s minutes. Decent rebounder, just okay, like fine as like a last minute. We'll go over value plays in this later game. In a second, but like I'd rather play Grimes over Martin. I'd rather play Schroeder over Martin. I'd rather play Lonnie over Martin, I think, but yeah, I think there are better value plays on this slate. And that'll do it for Miami. Let's go over the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson at 8-7, I still think looks very, very good to me. He's just been absolutely dominant. He finally had a decent shooting game, and he went for 57 fantasy points. He's going to stuff the stat sheet. I don't see him must-win game here. They have to win, obviously. He's not going to leave the court in the second half. So I'm expecting just absolutely massive minutes here for Jalen Brunson. I really like Jalen Brunson even at this price point. I think Randall's good too. I definitely do prefer Brunson. He fouled out in 39 minutes last game, shot the ball poorly from three. But I prefer Brunson, but still think both are solid. RJ Barrett at 6'6". We're going to have to monitor. We do have Quickly out. We're going to have to monitor. I believe we'll go back to Grimes starting. So RJ Barrett at 6'6". He's always just a tournament play for me. Super low floor, but a high ceiling. I don't love it. Don't hate it. Let's look at price. I'd rather play Clay over him. I'd rather play Andrew Wiggins over him. I'd rather play Draymond Green over him. So there's just a lot better plays that I'd rather play over RJ Barrett, in my opinion. And then Josh Hart, 5'8", came off the bench, got in a massive foul trouble, so he lost minutes. I think if he doesn't get into foul trouble, he probably plays around 30, which makes him still in play. He's going to be very, very, and I mean very low owned tomorrow, solely because of the foul trouble. So I think Josh Hart's an interesting bounce back candidate. I think he's going to get around 30 minutes, and I think no one's going to play him tomorrow. So I think he's a good tournament play. And then Mitch Robb at 4-9. You guys know my breakdown here. Everyone overreacted when he only played 14 and 21 minutes, but I'm going to keep telling you guys Tom Thibodeau wants to play Mitchell Robinson. So as long as he stays out of foul trouble, he will play around 30 minutes and does have this type of upside when he goes for like a double-double and some blocks and steals. So I always like Mitch for tournaments when he's low-owned. I think he'll be low-owned again tomorrow. If he's chalk, I'm fine getting away from it just because the floor is very low with him with how prone to foul trouble he is. But if he is low-owned, again, I do like Mitch quite a bit for tournaments. And then assuming Quentin Grimes starts again, obviously it got extended a bit due to foul trouble. But, I mean, Can't expect 42 minutes again. You just can't. But I do think he is a pretty good value play, assuming he starts again. I think normally we'll get around 30 from Quentin Grimes, but do like Grimes for value if he starts. Hartenstein, like I said, he'll play around 15 minutes if Mitch doesn't get into foul trouble. Just a fine play. I'd rather play these value plays. Like I'd rather play Grimes, rather play Schroeder, rather play Lonnie Walker, guys like that. All right, Lakers. So 80, I think once again is probably my favorite spend up on the slate. I mean it's very close. I think all the spend ups rank very, very close to me with AD, Steph, and Jimmy Butler. I think LeBron's probably my least favorite, but the other three are just rank very, very close for me. I think AD's great though. Had an okay game last game. He had 45 fantasy points going into the fourth. Just didn't do much in the fourth, but they're going to play huge minutes as well. And obviously, huge double-double upside. Probably going to get you a couple blocks and steals. So I think AD looks great. LeBron more of the tournament pivot. I have a feeling AD will be popular. Ceiling hasn't really been there with LeBron, but a super, super safe play. Very good if you need like a safe floor. And then I like the guards once again. D'Lo, Reeves, I think are two very solid plays. I assume both will be popular here once again. I prefer D'Lo to Reeves, but both very solid plays. And then we got to talk about the value. So Jared Vanderbilt was basically nuked out of the rotation, only played 10 minutes. Troy Brown basically got his minutes nuked, only played 9. Rui, minutes nuked, only played 14. So seems like they're going to go with Schroeder. They're going to go with Lonnie Walker. These two guys have played very well, solidified their minutes in the rotation, so I expect that to continue here. Now, you can't expect 35 minutes again with Dennis Schroeder, but I think we get at least 25 minutes from him. Another pretty good value play to me, and I think Lonnie Walker probably plays over 20 minutes. Another pretty solid value play to me. And then it's just impossible to go to anyone else with what they're doing with the rotation right now. And then with the Warriors, so we have to monitor the starting lineup. We'll go over it assuming Gary Payton starts again. So Steph, like I said, it's hard to rank AD, Butler, and Steph. They all look great to me. So it's a must win here. He's probably going to play all the minutes he can handle. So I really like Steph Curry. Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green. Draymond, my favorite point per dollar. Klay Thompson, if you want pure ceiling. And then Andrew Wiggins, if you want that kind of safe safe floor plus a high ceiling. So I think Draymond point per dollar is my favorite. I think Clay's my second favorite. I think Wiggins is my third favorite. But I think all three are solid plays. Kevon Looney, minutes have been nuked. Now, pretty much impossible for me to go to him if he keeps going off the bench. Assuming Gary Payton starts again, played 23, I believe, minutes last game. Not going to shoot 7 and 9 again. But another good value play to me, assuming he starts. Dante, just a dart, but I'd rather play GP2. Moses Moody, he's the bench player, the second best bench player that I feel the best about. It's like a fine tournament dart. If you want to go there over like Gary Payton, I think you could do that. I won't be doing that, but I think you could. And then Jordan Poole at 4-5 minutes, I have no idea. I think there's a chance he could play 20. I think there's a chance he could play 10 again. I think it's really going to depend on how the others are playing and how well Jordan Poole plays. So I think he's an interesting tournament play, but he's probably going to kill you more often than not. And that'll do it. So let's try to go over like who I'd rather play and over who and stuff like that. So with spend ups, it's tough. I think LeBron's my least favorite. I think AD is my favorite. And then between Butler and Steph, it's very, very close. In this 7-6 to 8-7 range, I'd rather play Brunson over these two guys. I think I'd rather play Randall over Bam. In this range, let's go 6K and above. I think point per dollar, my favorite is going to be Draymond Green. RJ Barrett, my least favorite. Clay, my second favorite. Wiggins, my third. Or probably D'Lo, my third favorite. Wiggins, my fourth favorite. And then in this 5-3 to 5-8 range, so these three guys, Austin Reeves, clearly my favorite. And then Kyle Lowry, my second favorite. This is point per dollar. Hart, my third favorite. We can include Lowry, or Strus and Gabe Vincent, actually. So Austin Reeves 1, Kyle Lowry 2, Gabe Vincent 3, Josh Hart 4, Max Strus 5. Down to this, let's go these three. Mitchell Robinson 1, Kevin Love 2, Kevon Looney 3. Let's go to Poole is just in a league of its own. I'm not even going to include him. Let's go Grimes, Schroeder, Lonnie, and Vanderbilt. Or let's go. We're not going to include Vandy. Let's go Peyton, Lonnie, Schroeder, Grimes. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. I'll say Schroeder 1. I will say. I'm just going to say Schroeder 1. I think the rest are really, really toss-ups to me. And that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you guys had a great night, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.